Ladies and
Can you,
gentlemen, in the oh wait. Let me just push back the table a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great pleasure and honor. My brother has got a screw face in him. My
it's
brother's
not
got
even
a
that.
screw face.
Sure.
I don't know
I
why.
was
'Cause
starting that today, yeah?
me and Spencer's in the same mood. But anyway, we're gonna bring some happiness back into the air. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start the show with the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it.
Coming up,
So,
coming up.
what go on, Spence?
No, I'm
Bro,
good
you
to.
know, let me just start. That was a very emotional fight for me today, last night, or early hours of this morning. I'm so tired. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even like saying I'm tired, but the way that I was sprawled out in my bed up until a few minutes ago, it took a lot out of me. And before anyone says, "Oh yeah," anyone comes with their negativity, because of my support of my brother and his son, that's how it goes. I don't care if I'm biased in my opinion, if I'm giving excuses, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stand with your guys no matter what, through the good times, through the bad times. So I'm sad. I'm sad, but I have a duty, or we have a duty to correspond on the events which took place in the early hours of the morning at the Barclays Center in New York. So I thought I'd just get that off my
Mm,
chest. I'm a bit upset. I'm a bit sad. I did text Bill, but let us not take away from the tremendous performance of a young man whose name is Ryan Garcia. Spenny Rankin, what is your post-fight views and opinions of the fight?
I said most of it yesterday, Tunde, and
For real.
I'm not reneging on what I said. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Um, yeah, low ears royalty. I understand that 100%. Um, Al Kuya, but we also got to be realistic on certain things. We can be low, but don't be
yes.
low to a fool. You know what I mean? There are certain things that I believe Devon made Devon made Ryan Garcia look better than what he really is.
Mm,
All right. Just want man to know that part there. He made him look more ferocious, more dangerous, more everything than than what he really is. I'm not saying that Ryan Garcia is not a good fighter. He's a very good fighter, right? Um, but I'm saying again that Devon made him look better than what he is. And I go back,
what
just go
Sorry,
on.
go ahead.
No,
No,
go on,
I was
continue.
gonna. I mean, I didn't let you finish, but ultimately, I was gonna say, what would you put that down to? Is there any particular thing you could put that down
Yes,
to?
there were loads, but the major thing is this: you don't take away your key attributes, yeah, because of hype gravy trains, right? And you have to realize that if we look at certain careers, which you've kind of styled yourself off of the back of a Floyd Mayweather, off of a, but it's been encapsulated in loads. There's been things of a Floyd Mayweather. There's been things of a Sugar Ray Leonard because that was Bill's era, the father. And you've said, well, we're gonna try and we know what it's like to be a golden boy, but we're gonna do it this way. If you look on certain things, Devon Devon hasn't been opinionated on much stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm,
He rarely gives interviews. He rarely gets deep with certain things. He rarely gets. This is just me talking the truth. I'm not. Thank you very much, Nathan Bailey. You know I'm talking the truth here. You know what I mean? You could put that
mm,
one up there, too, right? Um, he he boxed the wrong fight by giving away all of his the things that he's good at. You are a sound, clever boxer. What's all of a sudden now you're coming in being this aggressive, looking for the knockout? Yep. You know why? Because you're basing a lot of it on the antics that was happening. Because I have to big up Radio Raheem as well. I watched a Radio Raheem interview with Bill, and he was saying, yeah, it's like the mind games worked. He said, like, it looks like that thing worked because there was nothing wrong with him. So I'm saying you really bought into that then. So you're thinking, well, he ain't right and all the rest of it. And this was no. Regardless, I was putting it down to the simple fact of you being a consummate professional, right? And you being a consummate professional, you have to leave no stone unturned. You don't base anything on the antics of what anyone else is doing. I can base the antics of what anyone else is doing, right? Because I'm sitting down in a punditry position. I'm sitting down giving I believe, an educated opinion on certain things. But you, the team, you don't have that chance. You're meant to say, listen, forget about all of that. Because I'm going to be real with you. If that was Tunde and you're seeing man going on with some madness, I know the first thing, because I've seen Tunde with following, Spence, I don't believe none of that. Regardless whether I believe it or not, he's saying he don't believe. No, why? Because you're preparing for the best Ryan Garcia. If you're doing it off of the basis of you're thinking Ryan Garcia he ain't right anyway, he's a bit tapped, you see him bunning weed, where he's bunning weed even after the fight. You know what I mean? You're
according
not going to base it on that.
According to Ryan, he was drinking every day up until the fight.
Right? And the next thing, who gave you that advice? Because I heard Devon singing the praises of what's his name, Lee Wiley and Ben Davison. Who gave you the advice, right, to go and fight my man in that manner? Yeah, Tunde said from the straight off of the bat when the fight started, "Rah, why is his hands? I don't like the look of this, Spence. His hands are too high."
When I watched the broadcast today, it was the first thing I said, Spencer. I said, I don't like this.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm saying this, yeah. This is not what I expected to see, because I'm giving a thank you very much snaps. I was looking at Devin Haney as being the complete professional, right? Not just talking about the complete professional when you are training, right? But mentally, the complete professional. And there were flaws in your game. And even more so, I'm going to be real with you. And I love Bill Haney, more so because of the love and respect that he's had for Tunde, and they got a relationship for years back. And it's Tunde that made me know Bill Haney, right? When you're in a changing room, and they've got enough money now because they're multi-millionaires. When you're in the changing room, preparing for a fight, I don't want my coach holding up the phone to film me. I don't want that. You know what I mean? Go hire Manny. Manny's our guy. You know what I mean? You don't see Tunde Ajayi in no changing room holding up no phone, filming no man, right, in the biggest fight of your life, simply because not only the biggest fight of your life, not for straps or belts, but for the notoriety it's having around the world. Right? So I'm not going with that. I just want to know straight standard. Who advised you to fight that way? Because if you'd have boxed, in my humble opinion, of studying the greats for the last 45 years, Tunde, crazy, yeah? I would think that you'd have soundly outboxed him. Because when you were boxing, you was having success. But it's when you try to fight him, you're trying to load up on the punches. I made reference to the influence of Sugar Ray Leonard, and Tunde on the live was saying, I don't see no Sugar Ray Leonard. I said, yes, I can see Sugar Ray Leonard. I can see Sugar Ray Leonard of June the 12th, 1989, in his second fight with Tommy Hearns. Because he was thinking that Tommy never had no chin, I'm going to bang out Tommy. And because he was being more stationary, more flat-footed, and loading up with hard shots, he was being susceptible to getting caught by a faster, sharper man. Now flip the page. Now look at the size and the body plyometrics of a Ryan Garcia. Who would be Sugar Ray Leonard in that fight? Who would be Tommy Hearns in that fight? Devin Haney's a shorter guy. Devin Haney was trying to load up everything on hard shots, and he was getting picked off and getting caught with fast counters, and that's what happened. And he never truly got out of the hard shot that he took in the first round. It was still in the back of his mind. Similarly to when Sugar Ray Leonard fought Tommy Hearns, was it round 3 or round 4? He gets clapped with a hard right hand. He backs up, and then Tommy Hearns throws an overhand right and catch him on the top of his head, but he knocks him down. There are similarities, and like I'm saying, there is nothing new under the sun, right? And there is nothing old over the moon. I just want you to realize that part. And boxing repeats itself. So when you are studying, you can have all of the other guys, all the rest of these guys around you. Listen, I'm making a plea to Bill Haney, right? I'm making a plea to Bill Haney, and I'm saying this out of love. Like most of the things I do, but people know my mouth. Bill Haney, you and Tunde are tight. Get Tunde back in the gym with you lot to lick pads. Nothing else. Just for him to lick pads. Just for him to get used to using his hands in the way that he is. Get Tunde Ajayi in there to lick pads. I don't want to cause no trouble with my young nephew in Yarde, thinking like, what are you talking about? I'm saying this now. In order for you to go fight these man here, you need a certain punch dexterity that is lacking. Go and talk to Tunde Ajayi. That's the end of my rant on this situation.
Fans,
Go name me a man out there who can lick pads like you, Ton. Who can do pads like you, man? Go on. Go name me a man. None of them can't lick pads like you. What's missing? Devin started with those kind of fundamental basics from the morning time to go lick them kind of pads, right? Mickey Bay's good. Don't get twisted. Mickey Bay's good, but now Mickey Bay in the thing. Mickey Bay's running after his own thing. Go and get them man in the thing. That's what you need to go and do. Go and talk to Tun. You know what I mean? Go and talk to Tun, because I know you wanted him back in the day for him to go train your son, for him to go work with your son. And I don't know what never happened or never materialized. But right now, for pad work, just for that sharpness, because boxing is cerebral and you need that thinking capability. The reason why I know, because I'm in the gym right now with some little young kids. But when we're licking the pads, which is spiritual, you've done a fantastic job with your son. But right now, people don't care. You know what I mean? The world's laughing at you right now, which I find kind of hurtful, right? But the world's laughing and they're saying good. There is nobody that is upset that you come second best. Nobody, right? Furthermore, I'm seeing Muslims making videos right now saying it was a kind of disrespect that you said like, I'm Muslim and everything's Allah and but Allah will understand simple fact that I'm not going to fast in the holy month of Ramadan. Wait a minute, there's 5 pilgrims, there's five pilgrims, there's 5 pillars of Islam. You know what I mean? And the fast in the holy month of Ramadan is paramount for Muslims. You can't just make up these rules. On the contrary, how it goes is this. You can believe in your belief so much that your belief becomes reality. Now, if you believe in something that is your reality, you believe in it so much that you follow the rules. There are rules in this thing. You can't just pick it up and put it down and pick it up and put it down. And that's not me casting any aspersions on you, because I know there's thousands of things that I, Spencer Fearon or Musa Ali, needs to improve on as a Muslim. Do this thing correctly or don't do it at all. Because you know what man's saying? The Muslims that I'm getting phone calls from, they're saying, you know what? He got punished. So therefore, go and talk to Tun. I'm not saying no more than that. I don't business who want to get upset or who want to say, listen, man, I'm telling you this now. Me personally, I know what I'm putting first. And that's that.
This is such a big up. Big up, Kelvin. Thank you for the Calvin T. Thank you for the £1, sir. No matter how big, how small, much appreciated. This is an opportunity. I see a lot of comments I haven't actually big up those in the dance hall as yet. But there's 43 people live with us. But let me say a shout out E. Francis, Philip Answer, Uncle Ruckus in the house, AAV Develops, Dan Aziz, Al Kuya, M, Lee S, currently, you know the set. NDND, Chrissy Blue 876, the lovely Chrissy Blue. Who else is there? Motley M Sports. You lot are really low supporters, but you lot was there last night or early hours this morning. You're there tonight. Old tight Ryan Marengo, Yemi X, Steve Bailey, Air Force 286, the regulars, Ali, Andre Bukenya. But I should know your name properly by now. Old type Victor, Thomas J. Riley, Daniel J. Boating, Sammy Ali, the young Sammy Ali, the ever opinionated Sammy Ali, Rams 1154, Rob Mayer, Anup, Kwame, the Gyata. Listen, I could keep going on. IFF, Nathan Bailey, John, Cold Malik, back with us again. A few hours, little rest, splash some water on your face, drink a coffee, and you're back. Old tight John. Listen, we have the link. So some of you who are very opinionated on this topic after last night, come in. The link is there. Press the link. Come in. Talk your talk.
Right. And may we say, like, everyone who jumps in, you've got 3 minutes to drop your bars, and then we're gonna drop and go throw it onto somebody else. All right.
So come in. Spence, respect your opinion. I mean, I don't want to make excuses because I feel that that's all I've been doing for the last, I don't know how many hours. But, you know, you spoke about the Ramadan situation. Devin didn't look right to me. And we know that Bill lost his mother, Dev lost his grandmother in this time. Add to the madness of Ryan Garcia. Was there ever a danger that they may have dropped the ball in terms of focusing there? Because that's not the impression I got from Bill all the way up. You know, but I was always like, it's gonna be hard to ignore this. And I just listened to the sound of when they were top of the building or something. And Ryan Garcia was saying, "Where's your mama? Where's your mama?" And that's when Devon pushed him in his face. And I'm like, there was a lot of pressure on Dev's head for this fight. Regardless if he's always the, you know, the symbol of calmness, composure, and everything. There was a lot on it.
So Tunde, are you saying there's a lot of pressure as opposed to there wasn't any pressure on Ryan Garcia? Ryan Garcia is the one that sold the fight. Ryan Garcia is the one that sold the fight. Ryan Garcia was the one, as far as I'm concerned. If I was to say, like, who had the more pressure on themselves, I would have said it was Ryan Garcia, Tunde.
Well, I mean, listen, both young men were under pressure. There was a lot on the line, you know, but it was uncharacteristic for me, to hear Bill say, "You're gonna get killed for that comment." That's a serious thing to say. Tony Bloom, the link is up on the screen. We'll put the link. I don't know, Manny. Is there any way you're gonna put the link up again? Maybe in that little comment box. But
put in the comment box. People link on it.
Yeah, do that link again, please, Manny.
Yeah,
if you're there. Manny looks like he's here.
He's done it.
Has he done it?
He's done it. Yeah. Big up, Manny.
Well, I can't see. Oh, okay. Yeah. What was I saying, Spence?
About pressure.
Yeah, it was very uncharacteristic for me to hear Bill say, for the disrespect, your boy's gonna get killed. And that's serious. We know how serious the sport of boxing is. And you know, I think with everything that was going on, I think that there was a lot of pressure there, Spence. There was a lot of pressure to win the fight. One, you know, when you portray the role that Bill has, or when you take on the role that Bill and Dev have, is it's like them against the world. You know, it's like them against the world, and that's a lot to deal with. I still, again, I can have these thoughts in my head, but it will be like I'm taking away the game plan, the mastership, of Derek James and the person who fulfilled the game plan, Ryan Garcia. Highbury, backstage. Let me unmute your mic, brother. Or you unmute
Yo,
your mic. How you doing, bro?
what's up, man? Big fan
What you
of the
saying,
show.
bro?
Yeah, man. Hope everyone's good. Yeah, man. I'm a big Haney fan, so I'm gutted about what happened last night, man. I don't know who advised him on that game plan. I expected him to win, but
Thank you.
on the basis that he was going to box on the outside, I believe personally he's got the best jab in boxing. So I thought he was going to use his jab, use his footwork in and out of range, attack him to the body. And he just, I don't know, I feel like maybe he was basing what Tank did to Ryan
1,000,000%, bro.
and trying to kind of do one, do one better. Like he thought
Yes.
he came in there and fought with his ego. Do you know what I mean? He tried to go there, stand in the center ring, stand in the pocket, and trade with the bigger puncher. Do you know what I mean? And when I saw Ryan in there at the start of the fight, and I looked at the sheer size of him, I said, bro, the youth looks big. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know Spencer said the same thing to me, you know?
He looks big like there was a picture going around on Twitter earlier today of like the comparison between Ryan against Tank and Ryan against Haney last night, and the size difference is massive. Like he definitely rehydrated to 160 minimum. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I think Haney tried to stand in the pocket and he tried too hard to knock him out. You can see when he's punching, he's throwing everything behind his punches early, and he's I've never been a professional boxer, but I've boxed at a decent level, and when you do that in the earlier rounds, it takes a lot out of you. Do you get what I'm saying? And you can see by the end of the fight, I thought Haney, credit to him, in the first round, he took that left hook flush and he stayed on his feet, right? So Haney's got a decent chin, to be fair to him. But after that seventh round, when he caught him flush again and he got dropped, his legs were gone. He never recovered from there. You could see he was basically hanging on for dear life. But even from that point onwards, I think round 8, he kind of got a grip of the fight again. But again, you could see when he was punching him to the body, you know, when Ryan kept putting his shoulder up and turning his body, he kept trying to force his hand into his rib cage and just trying to force the power. And it's like
there was no power.
There was no power, number one, because his legs were gone, and you could see he was trying to generate the power from swiveling his hips, but he couldn't do it. And I just think also, you know, when you're trying to generate power from a punch, it needs to flow. Do you get what I mean? You can't force it too hard. You need to let your hand go. And I feel like in his mind, he had in the back of his head, because of maybe and Ryan as well, you ain't mad. I said it before the fight. You get me? Don't trust people like that. Like, he ran a next psychological warfare on him. They probably knew that, but I think Devin, like I said, he let his ego get in the way of whatever. But listen, I think he'll bounce back. You know, when you're dedicated and you're disciplined, you know, you'll bounce back. But yeah, I'm gutted for him. But I would love to see a rematch between them, you know, or a rematch between Garcia and Tank with no catchweight or no stipulations. But yeah, man, that's my thought. So yeah, big up, man.
Thank you very much, Highbury. Thank you for blessing the show. All right, Highbury, thank you, bro.
Excellent. Big up, Highbury. Let's Ilyas. I hope I'm saying it right, brother. Ilyas. Where you going? You there?
Salam, brother. Salams all. Alhamdulillah, I'm good. To be honest, I just follow the thoughts of what Highbury said. But one thing that I could see, I was watching the boxing match and I watched it again straight afterwards because I had to watch it 2-3 times. And one of the common themes I came across was, I don't know if Devin had a mental struggle. The image that was portrayed from day one was that Garcia is mad, Garcia is this, Garcia is that. But when it came to fight night, the one that was turned on, switched on, sharp, everything was Garcia. And Haney, you could tell within the rounds that subconsciously he can do all the boxing straightforward, no problem. But I just found there was some sort of mental disruption which made him want to go too far. Instead of sticking to what he knows, what his skills are, the fundamentals, the basics of what he does right and well, you could tell he was just trying to go too far. And in going too far, he was getting too caught too quickly, and unfortunately, it was too often. And by the time the middle rounds came and he was getting hit a bit harder, that resistance sort of went, and he was sort of sticking to the boxing, but I thought, crap, I need to get this guy out of there now. He was trying to go too hard. So I'm not sure there's anything to do with the fundamentals, and I'm pretty sure Bill talks a brilliant game. Alhamdulillah, he's a lovely fella, lovely family, and everything. I've followed him for a long time. But you know what the game plan was, and everyone was expecting a masterclass performance. But I think there was some mental switch somewhere, which maybe took him off his natural game.
Yes, Spence, if you have anything to say to that, because I mean, thank you for your comments, brother. It was something knowing Dev from a young boy, a 12-year-old boy. I can't see. I mean, even when I was watching the pre-fight build-up, and I think it may have been after the last press conference, and Devin said, "I want him to stand there. I want him to stand in the middle of the ring and swing it out." I was like, "Nah. Dev's working brain, because Dev ain't gonna do that." So I need this question answered. Who told him to fight like that? Because as you said, it is taken away all of his attributes. And it's just...
Listen, I heard Devon sing the praises that he's still working with Ben Davison and he's still working with Lee Wiley. I'm not knocking those guys. They've done fantastic with Andy Joshua, but a couple of their fighters, they're on a losing streak right now, right? I want to know this part here. Who forever told my man to fight in that style? You are an archetypal boxer. You hit hard, but you're not a concussive one-punch knockout artist. You are not. You box. So who told him to change his style and to become this bully boy fighter? Who told him that?
Just for info,
Ilyas, whoever told him that is responsible for his demise of the fight or his career at this present moment. Who told him to do that?
The reason I mentioned the mental thing is because I have another school of thought which is that maybe nobody told him, and internally, because of everything that's been going on, all the commentary, absolutely everything, even the Tank fight knocking him out cold, etc., he knows what the game plan is. He knows exactly what he needs to do. But when he's in there, there's something that's pecking him on the side saying, you need to show up, you need to knock him out better than Tank, you need to do this. Because maybe, whether rightly or wrongly, only Allah knows best, maybe he was looking a bit forward, thinking Garcia is a YouTube boy, he's followed the narrative, gone outside of his own shell, and maybe slipped up. But I strongly believe that Allah is the best of planners, and he'll reflect on exactly what's happened. And no doubt his skills across his entire career have shown that if he turns up on the day, there's nobody that can stand against him.
Yeah, he'll come back stronger. Yes,
100%.
brother. Yes, brother.
Anyway,
Thank you for your comments.
Just like guys, thank you for joining the show. Yeah, big up yourself, my bro, and thank you for your support.
Yes, sir. Zenus in the building. Let's unmute the mic. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Tunde? How you doing, man?
Hey, man. What's going on, brother?
Just want to know, man, does your jaw hurt?
Does your jaw hurt?
Yeah.
Why does his jaw hurt?
From having Devin Haney's dick in his mouth.
So you mean you waited all that time to say this nonsense? Have you got anything constructive to say? Get out of here, man. Boom, boom.
No, I have to use that one. It's 29 minutes. 29 minutes.
Get out of here, man. You boom, boom. Hey, man. Hey, man. Anthony, man, I waited all this time to say, man, get your dick out of his mouth, man. Bro, get out of here, man. Dumb clown. Get out, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. These American man there, they don't want to mess about me. Because when I go to America, I show these man that from the UK, don't chop up. I'm not one of them brothers that keep quiet. Bro, the guy waited in queue. Hey, Manny, the man waited in queue, you know, to say, "Hey, Tunde." He didn't even say Spencer. He said me,
Yeah,
bro.
because they can't call me. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Sir, the man come from America. Hey man, little pum pum. Hey man, Tunde, yo man. I said your jaw hurt, man.
I knew that was coming, you know. I knew that was
Your
coming.
jaw hurt, man. Hello, mate. Hello, this is the UK. Hello, hey man, your jaw hurt Tunde. Man, it hurt that you got his in your mouth, man. Get out of here, man. Go back to America. Come, fool. Anyway, let me bring in the next man on stage. Oh, tight, Kwame.
Yes, Kwame. How you doing, my bro?
Yes, sir. Big. Yeah, I'm doing good, man.
Kwame, before you start,
Yeah,
you see the abuse I have to take from people.
Trust me. Yeah, easy. Yeah, easy.
The abuse I have to take from people, bro. I just think that good.
Don't mind him, Monks. Don't mind it. Don't mind him, Monks. Don't mind it.
Come on, hold on. Is that Spud in the background there? Yeah, Spud. All the man's never come up. The man's never queued up tonight. Hold tight, Spud. Your time soon come. Anyway, Kwame, let's go.
Sir.
Comments.
Yeah, so my thoughts is before the fight, all the antics that was going on, I think it got to a stage where I think it got too personal for Bill and Dev, and I think that altered the game plan completely.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and you know, Tunde, you say this quite a lot. You know, fighting is spiritual, and
Yes,
I think when you start coming with the the grandma, where's your mama comments, you know,
yes,
with the psycho Garcia, you know, the erratic behavior. I was telling my boys throughout the whole week, this whole fight week, I was saying it's different. This madman energy, you best mind, you best mind. And I think that played a big factor. And I think, you know, Spence, when you say who do you blame for the game, I think, you know, we've got to be honest, I think you got to blame Bill. Because I really think Bill's the one that came. We're gonna stand in the middle ring and we're gonna rock him. We're gonna rock this thing. We're gonna see what I want. So that's what I think.
Bro, you know what? That's a serious comment, you know.
That is a serious comment. Monty Singh, thank you so much for the £10. Hello, chaps. Dev fought perfectly from rounds 2 to 5 and should have should have kept that style, but Garcia had the speed and the power that Devon could not cope with. Great fight, and would like to see Tank Garcia too. All right, big up for that. Tunde, stop bringing all of these people on. Bring them one at a time, bro.
Oh, okay. All right, you look just well, they're muted for now.
No. All right, Kwame.
Can I say one last thing? Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to say this. What was I just about to say? Sorry, let me remember real quick. Yeah. So I wanted to say one last thing. So, why am I forgetting? My bad. I think with what you call it? Yeah, sorry, Tank. Yeah, I was just there. Tank. I was saying people now trying to say Tank would beat this guy. Tank would beat Haney. You see why Tank will always. People need to allow that talk. Styles make fights. That's one of the great sayings in boxing. Styles make fights.
That's true.
At the end of the day, Tank is 4 years older than Dev, and he hasn't fought the people that Dev was fought. Let's keep it real. So when people want to criticize Haney's just at the end of the day, I will say one thing about Haney. He's chasing greatness. Like, he's not scared to actually challenge himself. So when people are now criticizing and dissing him, I think people need to hold on, give the kid respect. At the end of the day, a loss doesn't kill a man's career. Everyone, I think Floyd was the best and the worst thing to happen to boxing because everyone thinks, I got to protect my It's not.
This is Kwame. This is another excellent point because I'm gonna say it now. I heard Sam Jones on Boxing Social today, and I swear if that was Anthony, I would have rolled up to wherever you are and licking your head or punching your head or something. Because I heard Sam Jones say, the disrespect. These man ain't never boxed before.
Trust me.
Yeah, he ain't never been in a ring. Yeah, Sam Spud. These man ain't never been in a ring. And I heard him say, I must admit, I don't want to shit on Devin Haney, but he got a bit of the luck of the draw. I'm like, hold on. The luck of the draw. This guy.
Don't give it no more energy, please.
Yeah.
Don't give it no more energy. Don't give it no more energy.
Kwame.
Right, Kwame, thank you so much for
Appreciate it.
for blessing the show. Yeah, big up yourself, my bro.
Yeah, big up. Anyway,
bring in, bud.
Next man in line. Wait there. Who was first? I think it. Let me bring in Spud because you know. Sorry, people. I'm unmuting you. Oh, well done, Ange.
I got a VIP pass. I got to skip the queue.
Trust me. That's what I'm saying. Because I swear David was there before you, but I'm like,
don't worry, Dave. It's deeper than rap. Don't worry.
Spud. What's going on?
What's happening?
Good to see you, man. And for those who don't know, this guy was one of the best amateur boxers that I ever know. Knocking man out. He was, bro. We all thought he was Ali reincarnate. That's how Andrew used to box and take man out. But how you doing, sir? Long time no see.
Long time. You say, my brothers.
Yes.
Yeah,
What's your take on the whole?
Master
what's your take on the whole thing?
Obviously, I was stunned, innit? Because I didn't expect Ryan to do that to him like that. But what it is, I thought about it. Ryan was always confident that he could put that work on him because they've had 6 fights. So he's on.
That's what I said.
I've got your number. So he's always confident. No matter what was going on, he was confident he could put something on Devin. And so said, so done. And what I thought about as well, coming back to it, I rate Devin and everything, but I don't think he has the best chin. Like it can get tapped. And I think that's what Ryan was tuning into. And the thing of, when you think to myself, if I just lick him with one, I'm sure I could. That was what Ryan was going on with.
Yeah. It's true, you know. It is true. I don't know about this not having a chin business. That's the only thing I would kind of like.
Okay. All right.
Disagree with you because you know what?
Maybe that's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh to say he's not got a chin. But I'm just saying
he's susceptible.
Yes.
But the susceptibility, I think I said it right, is due to a defensive error. If anybody puts their chin out to Ryan Garcia, there is a strong likelihood you're gonna touch the canvas, and that's what we saw yesterday.
Yeah,
that's why.
Tunde, look, man, he's not doing his job. Block this little idiot, Jamie Wilson. I can't be taking this effing and blinding and all this little stupid talk. Block this, brother.
Where's
Jamie Wilson? You're gone. I'm not taking no foolishness from no one. Because you would have the bravery to run up your mouth like if you to see man in person. I'll kick you in your face.
He's gone. He's gone.
Don't
Jamie
worry about it.
Wilson.
Continue.
He's gone. Go ahead. So I think it was more a defensive error. Spencer at the beginning of the show spoke about certain things which is needed.
Okay.
Because he weren't evading the left hook. He said, everyone said, all you got is a left hook. And when I hear language like that, I'm like, all Felix Trinidad had was a left hook.
Left hook, yeah.
But guess what?
But if you give it to it, yeah.
But guess what? When you get touched with that left hook, you know what time it is.
And I think, go on. I think Devin, he tried to prove a point, like Spencer was saying. He was trying to like move to Ryan, like I'm gonna lick you with something, and wrong game plan. He's like he was proper trying to land hard shots.
Yes. 100%. What do you feel? I mean, where does Dev go from here? A rematch? What do you feel he should do?
I don't think an immediate rematch is wise for me. I think he might need a confidence builder.
because I was saying this today. I was like, I would love to see Dev. I mean, Bill, it will be my witness from the Linares fight. Every time Bill would phone me before it comes out, I say, I've made this fight. Maybe because I've known Dev since he's been a young boy, and he still is a young boy. I would always be like, Bill, Dev's going to be way better when he's more older and mature. You understand?
Yeah.
Because I just think he's so young.
How old is Dev now?
He's 25. The guy has been he's actually achieved more than what Floyd did at his age.
At his age, yeah.
It's a lot. And these are killers in there. But again, when you're chasing greatness, when you're aiming to be on the Mount Rushmore of the greats,
when you're taking them risks,
when you're taking those risks, I mean, we can't listen. Was Dev ever?
See, Dev, he's daring to be great. That's what I commend him. That's what I commend him for. He's daring to be great.
100%. And that's why when people say I'm arse-sticking, no, I'm saying this young man is daring to be great. Having said all that, so is Ryan Garcia. And I said that to Spence before. Am I lying, Spence?
Ryan wants the smoke. Ryan wants all the smoke.
I said it.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Garcia has to be commended at the age of 25, also challenging himself against Tank. Challenging himself against Dev, But I said when that bell went yesterday, the confidence of Ryan Garcia was different to Tank.
Ryan knew he was on it. No matter what happened, I'm looking to land on you. He was confident, pumped up, confident. Forget all of the hysteria, all his madness he was getting on. When he gets in the ring, like personally, I do think Ryan's got some mental issues. Yeah, I still think he's got mental issues. Marvelous performance. And
so do I.
But forget that. When he gets in the ring, you can have mental issues. Doesn't matter. When I get in that ring, I've got no mental issues in that ring. I come to take her head off. Yeah.
And you do need that.
And I don't even think Ryan was in the best condition,
That's what a lot of sports stars are saying. If this guy actually take it seriously.
I don't think he was in his best condition, right? But he was still able to perform because of his conviction.
Yes. And Spud, Andy Box.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time, brother. And
Thank you so much, bro.
Love. Nice. Next person will be Dave. Let me big up Dave. Bring him in. How you doing, Dave?
Hey, blessings. Can you guys hear me?
Blessing. Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yes, sir. Man, it's an honor to just be speaking to you guys, man. You guys are inspirations to me, man. God bless you guys.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir. First of all, I was just thinking about this fight. I feel like before the fight happened, let's go back to Gervonta Davis fight. I feel like Ryan Garcia, he took something from that Gervonta Davis fight, and I think he took away something about the business of boxing. Because he took he was so angry, he was so angry. He was like, this time this is not gonna happen the same way it went the way in Gervonta Davis fight. He made sure he had the biggest payday. He made sure he was not gonna go down in weight. Everything he was gonna make sure this time it goes his way. So I feel like the game plan started before the fight even happened.
You know what? That was so. You know what? I said it. He knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
He had no intentions of coming in on weight. If you go back to the press conference, the final press conference, someone asked for the link to be put up again. There it is. Thank you for that, Manny. If you go back to the final press conference, Devon said, this guy, Devon said, all right, 500K for each pound you're overweight. And Ryan, with his mad self, crazy self, said, all right, cool, let's shake on it. And when he said it, his dad said, no, Ryan, don't do that. See? So I phoned Spencer. I said, these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They knew what the dad let the cat out the bag at that press conference. He said, no, Ryan. And then Ryan was like, all right, dad, cool. And then he turned and he shook Devon's hand anyway. He said, bro, let's bet. So there was an obvious planning and strategy before
Yeah.
the fight
Yeah.
to come in and wait. And we know the stories of Devon blowing up or being 165 or what have you. But regardless, whatever weight he blows up to, there is still a struggle to get down to that weight.
All right,
For
then.
him to
Turn.
get down,
Listen,
Garcia.
I'm saying this. I agree with you. There is a struggle to get down to the weight. What do you
Yes.
think? Ryan Garcia doesn't have to struggle to get down to weight? Because he certainly does have to get down to weight.
No,
You know
no,
what I mean?
Spence, let me tell you something. You know, and you've been a fighter, I've been a fighter. We know fighters. Sometimes those last 3 pounds is the difference between a stellar
It's the killer.
performance
It's the
and an
killer.
average performance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I told you, I said it from the beginning of the fight. I said Dev's legs don't look steady. Ryan Garcia was massive. Ryan Garcia was massive, and I heard Devon after the fight. He said he was sleeping in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, am I lying? Did everyone
you're
hear
right.
that, or was it me
You're
just
right,
said that?
Yeah. You're right.
He said he was sleeping. All these things, again, people can say I'm coming with excuses, and yes, maybe I am. But I'm saying there is no way we can disregard the fact that Ryan came in 3 pounds overweight, and on fight night, he looked 2 divisions bigger than Dev.
Yes, sir. I feel like Ryan always knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. Like one thing I always when I watch Ryan interview back, he's like the Gervonta Davis fight. He always say this. I did it for boxing. And then this time I feel like he's like, boxing owes me. This time things are gonna run my way. I'm gonna make sure everything runs my way. David Haney's gonna follow my rules. And that's what happened. Everything Ryan he knew what he was doing, man. And I don't think David Haney and his team saw it coming. And they just follow it through. I feel like right now David Haney will be like, damn, what happened? He will be like, the lead up to this fight was crazy. Crazy.
I mean, what I can say, in respect, Devon would never make that happen to him, because that's what I was thinking to myself today. I was like, should they have pulled out the fight? You know, was the confidence so much that, cool, it's not about weight anyway? Well,
yeah,
it is about weight. It is about weight. It's about skills. There's a lot of factors that go into winning a fight. And Devon didn't look like he was hurting Ryan, which was a bit worrying.
Do you think he underestimated Ryan Garcia? Because I feel like he was like, because of this, he don't have skills. The weight's not gonna matter. I'm still gonna do him. The weight does not matter. Do you think like people underestimate Ryan Garcia's skills? Because he's been in the game.
Possible.
It's
possible. I mean, when you've beaten Lomachenko.
Sorry, gentlemen. Sorry to cut you and all the rest of it. Rams has thrown up. Thank you so much for the $9.99 Rams, gentlemen. Kwame is right. Dev took on his father's energy. Dev fought his father's fight. Bill lost his head in the build-up. You can see this in his behavior with Bernard Hopkins. And he's got a great point there, Ton. But thank you so much for $9.99 Rams.
Okay, David, thanks for your comments. Otat Dottigyal, great analysis and dialogue, gentlemen. Thank you very much. David, thank you for your comments.
Yes, sir. God bless you guys, man.
And God bless you as well.
No, seriously, David, we appreciate you, bro. So thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, sir. God bless.
And thank you for the support, continued support as well. Anup, I know Anup was there, and I know Anup's been waiting patiently. Go ahead, brother.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Yeah, loud and clear, my friend.
Big up the show. Tunde, I always walk past you because I live in Ilford. So I'm always walking past the gym and seeing you guys train. I went to Yarde's last fight against Better Beav as well. And I was there at, what was it? The one Copper Box. But yeah, looking forward to his next fight. But yeah, anyway, back to the fight yesterday. I feel like Mayweather was advising Garcia and told him, come in heavy, don't say anything, and do it at the last minute. Because I see one interview with Bill Haney this week, and he said Mayweather's advising him behind the scenes. He's been advising him throughout the whole process. And you see Garcia's last fight when he fought that Duarte guy or whatever. I think they had a pre-agreed deal with him. So they told him the same week, but they're like, listen, we're going to come in heavy at 143. With this one, they left it until the actual day. So
wow,
Devin couldn't do nothing, obviously, until they settled financially on the same day. I don't know, that's what my gut feeling's telling me. I could be wrong. But I know just from going to the gym, I'm not a boxer or nothing, but 3 pounds is a lot of weight. Do you know what I'm saying? Trying to cut 3 pounds. Yeah, so I feel like, I don't know. I'll be interested to hear what you guys think. If you think Mayweather told him, like, do this to get an edge.
But do you think it was a weight issue or a skills issue?
Honestly, I didn't stay up for the fight, so I only seen the highlights. But I feel like I know for a fact when I'm cutting weight, if I'm trying to get abs popping or something like that, if I'm cutting my calories, I feel like shit. Like my immune system's down. I'm feeling run down the next day, the next week or whatever. So all those things play a part, right? You know, it's fine margins when it comes to this level. So obviously, I know boxers don't like to say those things because it comes like excuses, but it makes a difference, right?
100%. And again, thank you. Great food for thought, and a great insight. Thank you very much, brother. Let's keep it moving. Old type boats. Thank you for the $4.99. With the right game plan, Dev could beat him. He's been a lot more aggressive since Cambosis won. I feel a more cautious approach. He could do it with ease. Agreed. Old type boats. Thank you for that $4.99. I do agree with that. Next up on stage, I think there's 3 still waiting. I have to bring in Joshua. Cool. I know he's been waiting. It's not AJ, but I know it's Joshua all the same. Old type Joshua. You there? Joshua.
You're not clicked him in, Tunde?
Nah, he's in me. Oh, no, I ain't. How you doing, Josh?
Evening, guys. How you doing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're blessed, mate. How you doing, Josh?
Good.
What were your thoughts on the fight last night?
Yeah. Watched it back when I woke up because I wasn't going to stay up last night and I got things to do. But yeah, I think it was a multitude of things. Actually, I think it was down to the experience that they've shared together. Because I heard Ryan Garcia say they fought 6 times before.
Yes.
So I don't know what the score was in those fights, but that would obviously play a part. 3-3. Okay.
Yep.
So that's definitely going to play a part. They're going to know a lot about each other going into the fight, and that may have led to how confident Ryan Garcia was, because he's usually confident anyway. And there's a bit of an unknown factor there as well, because we haven't seen Ryan Garcia lose under normal circumstances. When I say normal, in the Tank fight, he was drained. You could just see the difference. I mean, he's much bigger now, kind of like how Canelo fought Amir Khan, and Canelo was just huge when he fought Amir Khan.
Yes.
And in terms of the skills, the performance that they put on, it reminded me very much of when Amir Khan fought Zab Judah. Now, there's a lot of Zab Judah in Devin. Devin doesn't have that power when it comes to that counter punching, but Devin's good on his feet and he can throw in between punches, and he's usually good in the pocket. But Amir Khan just blasted Zab Judah out with pure speed. I mean, when I watched it back, the Zab Judah and Amir Khan, I thought Zab was going to win outright. He's going to catch him. He's going to knock him out. Kind of like what Kell Brook did to Amir Khan. I thought that was going to be the outcome with Zab Judah. But Amir Khan also very good with a left hook, opening left hook. And he was catching Zab Judah through the guard openly. And it was so quick.
And you know Zab is Dev's uncle or godfather.
All right.
Godfather.
Yeah, so that's where he gets the same style then, isn't it? So yeah, when I look at that fight, it just reminds me of the same thing. So I'm not overly surprised that Devin lost in the manner that he did, although I thought he would win. But when I watch it back, I'm thinking, there's some similarities there. And yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, probably Dev will take this a lot harder because A, is his first loss, and B, he lost in that way as well.
Yes.
But that goes back to our, this boxing culture where it's like your career is kind of dwindling down because you lose your all, when it shouldn't be like that. If you lose a fight, okay.
Well, it isn't, because Ryan Garcia just proved that he lost his all, right? He lost his all. He had one fight which I wasn't really impressed with. Like I said, he was doing the sausage roll instead of the shoulder roll in that fight.
Yeah.
But it's been very effective. And for him to come back in the way that he has, all the credit in the world should be given to him.
Yeah. I agree.
Great
I definitely
analogy with the Zab and Amir there, Joshua. Great analogy. And you know, when I look at it, when I reminisce back to that fight, I think you're absolutely right. You know, although Zab did have pop though. Zab,
yeah. That's
Zab
the
did have
difference.
pop.
Yeah,
He
that's the big
I remember he
difference.
wobbled up Miguel Cotto. Cotto
Yeah.
fought some serious shots, but then ultimately Cotto wore Zab down. But
Yeah.
Thank you for your comments and appreciate.
No worries. Thanks for
Love
letting me
my bro. Thank you, Josh. Have a beautiful week, yeah?
Yeah, let's move on. Flex is there. Funk Master Flex. And then we're bringing in Rob. Hold on, let me unmute the mic. Add him to the stage. Flex. Good
Yo,
evening, sir.
good evening. Listen, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Islam isn't for black people. Muhammad was a pedophile. We need to allow it. Jesus
thank you
Christ
very
is
much.
Lord. Come
Thank
to
you,
the
bro.
truth. Jesus is Lord.
Okay. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Leia,
I don't know.
curb line me.
I don't know why people want to do this. Like, bro, we can.
Yeah, it's
everyone,
cool, man.
You know what? Someone kind of like said that on X today, Flex. I know you're still there, still listening, but I don't know why we cannot just respect other people's religions, faiths, and opinions without being disrespectful. I think it's so ignorant that you would come on a live show and disrespect another person's religion and then speak for me because I'm black. So you ain't speaking for me. You can't say
Thank
it's
you.
not for. What do you mean it's not for black people? You ain't my spokesperson. So I ain't listening to you. And you remind me of these brothers in the barbershop that want to tell everybody how they should live there. That's why I go to the barbershop at 6:30 in the morning when nobody's there. Because it's you type of man that I don't want to come across. Bro, have your opinion. Have your opinion. And what is most important in life is what's inside of you, not what's outside. So don't be judging a man's religion or faith based on your thing. It's just beyond me that in the year 2024, with all that's what's going on, you are still taking this stance. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And bro, it's like you're a black man, you're not producing good energy. You're producing negative energy. And you can't get through like that. And Rams, you're correct. It doesn't deserve energy, but it's a public platform. And we have to make sure that those that are watching know that myself and Spencer Fearon are not following these idiot man. We ain't following that. We're not trying to promote that. We're not trying to promote that. I don't want you to be coming in there. You're queuing in line. You're queuing in line to say a next man's religion ain't for black people, but you ain't talking for me. If I want to be of a particular religion and faith, if that's the thing that encourages, gives me life, who are you to tell me that that's not for me? It's not for you. You mean it's not for you? Don't tell me what's for me. I'm a big man out here. I'm a big man. I've got children. I've got a child. But
Bro,
it's not for
like
me.
I said, those things.
I'm out of here, man. Bro,
Those,
I don't know. And I hope, bro. Anyway,
Turn, no more energy, man. Come on, move on the show.
Yeah.
I ain't
Anyway,
got time.
come on.
You know what we do? You know what we do? Tony, listen, you know what we do? Sometimes we ponder on the things that we shouldn't be pondering on. You know what I mean?
No, Spencer. Yeah, I agree. You know me, because you know me, I always listen to you when I get too hot. But Spence, you know, there are youths that watch this thing.
Yeah, 100.
There's youths that, you know, you see legend man like Spud on the thing. You know,
Come on.
there's people that have children that are watching this thing out. And we can't make them believe that we're all thinking the same thing. This nonsense. It's
Yeah, but
nonsense.
we're not Dalton, so
No. But I'm showing you, like, he ain't talking for me. I don't. Anyone can say what they want, but that brother ain't talking for me. I'm telling you straight, he ain't talking for me. So I don't know where you come from, bro. You're not talking for me. I'm just telling you. I don't know. Spencer wants to be, because me and Spencer's two sides of the same coin. When Spencer's hot, when Spencer gets angry, which is very rarely, I like Spencer allow it. But Spencer's saying it more to me than I am to him, because
yeah, I'm saying this. Listen, Tunde, listen to me. The reason why I'm saying this is like this. Yeah, I'm not. I respect everyone's religion. It's religion. But listen to me. I respect it if you live by your religion.
Yes.
Now, thank you, cool. Live by your religion. You live by your religion, I'm gonna respect you. So if you're Muslim,
I know
be a
why
good
you're saying
Muslim.
that.
You're Christian, right? If you're Christian, be a good Christian. If you're a Hindu, be a good Hindu. If you're Buddhist, be a good Buddhist. Then me, you can rap. But when you get these little cowards, you want to jump on things, not show their face, talk the most wickedest talk like they've accomplished something.
Yes.
Then I'm saying power to you, because you know what? I'm nice. You know what I mean?
I'm not giving no power. I'm saying no power to you about power to you.
No.
Power to you.
I'm giving them power. Let them have
power
let,
to you.
No, Tunde, no, brother.
You know when man try to say, yeah, man, I wish you all the best. No, brother. I ain't wishing you nothing about I wish you all the best. I ain't wishing you nothing. Come on,
no, you have to understand.
Hatred.
When a man is saying to the next man, I wish you nothing but the best, yeah?
No.
Listen to me. Listen, Tunde, hold up, man. Hold up.
Sorry, Spencer.
When a man's saying to a man, I wish you nothing but the best, yeah?
Yes.
I'm saying to you that whatever you're saying can't affect me or anything I'm doing. I'm wishing you nothing but the best. Now, the best for you at this present moment, you've already shown your ignorance, is for you to be the best in ignorance, not in enlightenment.
Yeah.
So we keep on going.
That's a good way of putting it. But my dad said to me, if you slap me, you can't tell me sorry. I don't want to hear it. You shouldn't have slapped me in the first place. So I don't wish you no best. He slapped me in my face. Man slapped you in the face. He tell me I wish you would have nothing but the best. Get out of here, man. Anyway, let's move on. Thank you, Ghost Boxing.
Definitely,
for the
let's move on.
£2. Spencer, the guy you called YouTube boxer, beat Devin Haney.
Listen, that was to me, and I still call him a YouTube boxer.
Yes, yeah.
Big up, Rob, man. How you doing, bro? Long time no see, Robbie. How you doing, my friend?
Good evening, Spencer and Tunde. How you doing?
Robbie's gonna get deep. I could tell because he got the glasses on today.
Yeah, you know, Rob's got the facts, everything written down, mate. How you doing, Rob?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. What I want to say, I think Ryan Garcia is a fascinating character, and the psychological warfare before the actual fight, and the art of war is deception, and this sport of boxing is very much a mental game, and I think he's got that spark of madness and genius about him, maybe like a Tyson Fury, maybe even like a Muhammad Ali, that little bit of craziness and that little bit of genius as well, and what a performance he put on. So, I don't want to detract from Garcia because of the weight situation or because of Devin Haney's previous performances. I want to give credit to Ryan Garcia for a great performance. They both were under immense pressure, both fighters. It was exciting to watch, and although he had a weight advantage, he paid a very heavy financial penalty. Team Haney still went along with the fight, and he was fighting two opponents in that ring. As far as I'm concerned, the referee, You know, not calling all of those knockdowns, in my opinion. You know, one of the knockdowns should have been a knockdown, and Garcia got a point deduction for it. So I think the referee was biased and was definitely on looking after Haney. Maybe not as bad as Joe Cortez when Ricky Hatton faced Mayweather, or even that referee when Joseph Parker fought Anthony Joshua, and the referee kept it at long distance, and he did not allow inside fighting, close range. So yeah, credit to Garcia, but I do absolutely want to give Devin Haney so much credit as well. To get up from those knockdowns, to go the distance, to have that that heart. Yeah, like you say, Spencer, maybe there's a susceptibility there with the chin, but at the end of the day, he gets knocked down, but he gets back up, and they were big shots. They were accurate, powerful. Yeah. He's got that in abundance. He's a warrior. He's got the heart and the courage, you know. And he was very gracious in defeat last night, and he will come back stronger. I didn't appreciate Bill Haney's comments about, we want to, if he dies, he dies, and putting him in hospital, we want him close to death. Because, you know, I was ringside when Michael Watson got injured, you know, and, you know, like Rod Douglas.
September 91,
some fighters have been killed, you know, exactly. White Hart Lane. Yeah.
Yep. You're showing your age, Rob.
I was a bit disappointed with Bill. I was a bit disappointed with Mr. Bill Haney for those comments. You know,
I said
I do find them very, 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 very inappropriate.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I mean, again, I think with the death of his own mother, Dev's grandmother, you know, I think the timing of Ryan Garcia's comments could have ultimately led Bill and Dev to act like that. Because you imagine they went into that big fight.
Right.
Again, Dev spoke about the holy month of Ramadan and him not being able to fast and what have you. And you know, I was surprised because I think it was the next day, the day after Bill Haney's mother died, he was on our show. The very next day.
Right.
And, you know, Bill came on, and he spoke about his mother. And, you know, we're human beings at the end of the day. And as I said, that shocked me as well. I didn't think Bill would, because I've never, you see, when people say that, fighters, even the poster for tonight's show, I couldn't post it on my page because I know how it feels. You know, they're close to me. And that's what I'm saying. There was a lot of pressure, as you say, Rob, on both fighters. And I know in hindsight, Bill may look back at, you know, some of the things what he said, and he knows that that's not the kind of person he is. He's a brilliant father, has brought up his children and shows them the same energy and same love. He's done a good job. It's just we lost a boxing match, and so you're right. There's no place in boxing for anything like that because it is such a serious sport.
Yeah, and if something tragic had have happened, you know, can you imagine with those comments being made beforehand? But you know, when you said Garcia was saying, "Where's your mama? Where's your mama?" Was he saying it to Devin Haney?
Yes.
Was he saying that to Devin Haney? Or what?
Yes.
So if he was saying it to Devin Haney, he wasn't referring to Bill's mother, was he?
To Bill's mother, yeah. So but I just think that.
I think I think it was just the whole narrative.
Exactly. That's the point I was saying.
And that's what I believe that it was. That's what I believe that it was. You know what I mean? But yeah. So your basic take on the fight was what, Rob? What was your basic take on it, sir?
I mean, again, I think with the death of his own mother, Dev grandmother, you know, I think the timing of Ryan Garcia's comments could have ultimately led Bill and Dev to act like that. Because you imagine they went into that big fight. Again, Bill may look back at, you know, some of the things what he said, and he knows that that's not the kind of person he is. You know what I mean?
basic take on the fight. Well, Haney fought the wrong fight, but I think Garcia got inside his head, and it was very deliberate on Garcia's part to get under Haney's skin, because he didn't want him doing the slick defensive boxing, outboxing him and winning this fight on points. He wanted to make him emotional, so he abandoned the skills and the correct game plan, and it worked because he played into Garcia's hands, because he tried to punch harder and trade with Garcia, and sort of abandoned his usual boxing skills. So it worked, and you have to applaud Garcia for a successful victory in the mind games and making the boxer emotional. So he was fighting on emotion. His emotion was presiding over his intellect.
Yes,
and
sir.
I think a lot of people are celebrating Haney's defeat, Devin's defeat, perhaps because of Bill's exuberance and certain comments in the build-up. And I think that's why some people are sort of, serves you right. I'm glad you lost. So it's not necessarily because of Devin Haney, but the father, I think, in this instance. But I've always liked what I've seen of Bill Haney in the past. It was just in the run-up to this fight, I was disappointed, if I'm honest.
Yes.
But like you say, we're all human. He's lost his mum. Emotions are running high. We're all passionate. We all say things we regret, and that's just, it is what it is.
Yes, sir. Rob, listen, we always love listening
Always
to
a
you.
pleasure, Rob.
Trust me.
Thank you so much. Rob,
Big
you
up,
know
Rob.
what? You should do some TV narrations, because you've got that kind of voice, mate.
Come on.
I'll have a think about that. That sounds like a good plan.
You take care. Have a beautiful week, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
having
Rob.
me on, guys.
Yes, sir. Muhammad
honor to
Ahmed.
have you.
Let me just say the Snapchat, Spence. Muhammad Ahmed, thank you for the $4.99. He says Spence was looking for you at the Muslim award show last night.
Okay. Yo, bro, I heard that the show was pretty cool. I want to say to everyone, on certain things, you got to follow your gut. And due to like the technical issues of last week, there was no way on earth that I was going to miss doing the watch along for this fight with Tunde. Hence why I had to prioritize, and to do the watch along was more paramount. Plus, I had family commitments as well. But I heard it was a really decent show, and long may their success continue. And let me just big up the guy from Legal Blows, Adil Hassan, really good brother, really cool brother. But maybe next time they'll see me. But I didn't want to just go for the sake of just going. I want to go there in some capacity. I'm not just going there to sit down and eat food. I can do that in my house. All right, bro. Thank you very much. Yep.
Thank you, Objective Incisions, for your £5. Appreciate it. Not too sure about the comment though. Thank you for the £5, sir. I really appreciate it. Don't worry about that flex, dude. We've forgotten about him already. Thank you, Monty Singh, for your £10. He says, just want to say how it is. See enough rubbish comments today. Sheikhs wearing turbans, Muslim bros wear taika, or what's that, Spence? Takiya.
Yeah, that's right.
So what color doesn't determine religion when people learn respect all faiths? Simple. Okay, thank you, Money. Appreciate your comment and appreciate the contribution. Let me see if there's any more. Yeah, Muhammad Ahmed, I've said that one. I'm scrolling down. Yep, let's go to the marks. People are underestimating the clever move by Ryan. He gave Dev 1.5 million, then said, I honored my word. Meet me in the center of the ring. And this is where the point what we're making. That ain't intelligent. That ain't intelligent. I've heard Floyd say that, and then just cover his boxing man's ears off. Floyd say, I've heard Floyd say it's gonna be a brutal bloodbath, and then you're just seeing pull counters and lead left hooks.
You know who's the master of that? Bernard Hopkins. When Bernard Hopkins got ready to fight Howard Eastman, yeah?
Yes.
He saw the size of Howard Eastman. He put to himself, blood fire. He said, yeah, I'm going to have a war with you. We don't know. I'm going to mess you up, blah, blah. Bernard Hopkins boxed on the back foot. Matter of fact, after we finish the show, I'm going to go watch that fight.
I remember that fight, and I remember the build-up, and I remember Hopkins saying in the build-up, after the weigh-in, he said he looked into Howard's eyes, and he said, yeah, he come to fight. Can I just say that we have more people on the show right now than we had on the watch-along? We have 1,059 people with us here on a Sunday. So
that's incredible.
Everyone,
I'm very
big up
grateful
yourself.
for every one of you.
Press the like button, press the subscribe button, keep on following us, keeping us, supporting us, because we need you. We need you. Spence, there was an undercard fight. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Sean McCombs fighting Barbosa Jr. And you've heard of Dick Turpin. You've heard of Dick Turpin. Dick Turpin used to wear a mask and rob man. This was greater than the great train robbery.
It was disgusting.
Young Irish fighter managed by Lee Eaton. He boxed Barbosa's ears off. So when I heard the result, I was like, nah, that never just happened. That never just happened. So Sean McCombs, I don't know wherever you are this morning, believe me, there are a lot of people. I even hear, what's Hopkins' old manager who was managing Dev? You know, he started crying. He started crying when Hopkins left him. Come on, man. You know these managers, man. The Jewish guy.
Child. Why did they not with the bald head? With the bald head. Yeah,
the bald head. Yeah. He said, bro, there's bad decisions in boxing, but this was an effing disgrace. It was an effing disgrace. My man deserved to win that fight. We covered it. It was a great victory. And unfortunately, maybe listen, sometimes the voice of the people can influence these promoters and get that rematch for you. So nah, it ain't Salita, mate. It's not Salita, and it's not Salita. He's a legend in this thing here. How can I forget his name? Fury Huri returned with I didn't see the fight, but I think it was a points victory. What else can we say, Spence? About last night?
I've said my thing from the beginning.
Not Shelly Finkel, sorry. I'm gonna work it out again.
Right. And I said my thing from the beginning on what I believe that Team Haney should do. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to take anything that I say, but I said what I said. And I said that who I believe that you should bring in to do your pad work with. Now, whether or not you listen, hey. But why?
Bolts is still there. Sorry, Bolts.
Yeah.
Bolts gave the contribution before. Let me bring in Bolts. How you doing, sir?
Yes, lads. All good. What you saying? You're good?
Yes, blessed, sir. Mate.
Good. Yeah, no, so just one thing, because I've heard a lot of people pushing on the comments from Bill Haney, and obviously I don't know him, you guys know him, but from an outside perspective, he doesn't come across as like a bad guy. The only thing I did think though is we saw last night from Garcia, he had the T-shirt on saying R.I.P. Devin Haney on the back. There was alleged disrespect towards his religion, which is just as bad. So I think it was a bit of a two-way street in that scenario. So I don't think all the heat should be going to that side. There was a lot of badness being spoken on both sides. So I can't put it all on sort of the Haney team for that. Maybe it was wrong what he said, but it was, I don't know, it was all show business really.
Exactly. And let's not forget, when we strip down all this entertainment business, it's a fight. It's a fight, and we want to win. Let's not get twisted. We all know what boxing is about. It's some people call it the brutal sport, and people can get hurt in there. So you've got to have that dog in you. And again, this is why there are some boxers, probably a lot of boxers that do have this mental side of them. You know, you kind of need that, to be honest with you. If I'm being honest, you know, they said Ali was mad, wasn't it? Before the Liston fight, all the doctors was checking his blood pressure and all of that.
Yep. February 25th, 1964.
The knowledge. Spud, you hear this brother? He's like a computer, bro.
So yeah, that's that. Yeah, you know what? Also, who was it? What's his name? Showtime, the businessman. You know, the guy on with the eyes on. Yeah, Showbiz the entertainer. That's it. He was saying like, I know boxing history, and I think Ryan Garcia is doing a Muhammad Ali. That's what I think he's doing, and we're all being fooled by this thing. And I'm not watching that. I'm going to be real with you. I think that there is obvious mental defects in Ryan Garcia. But bottom line, as Tunde was alluding to, the kid's been boxing since he's 7 years old, so he can fight. Bottom line, he can fight. But I'm going to say this. I think it was more to the fact of the things of what Devin Haney didn't do and the things that Ryan Garcia did
100%,
do. I won the fight.
100%.
That's how
he
I
can
see it.
definitely win the rematch for me with the right strategy. Like I said, it was ever since that Cambosos fight, when he was with Eddie Hearn and stuff before, a lot of the hardcores rated Haney and like watching. But you know, now I'm getting people who I work with saying, "Oh, you're watching Devin Haney." It's because for the last few fights, he's been a lot more aggressive. Which, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing. But I think against him last night, he should have just been really tactical, a bit cautious, and I honestly think he could have beaten with ease. I really do.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Mr. Boats, listen. The one and only. Thank you for your comments, bro.
Nice one, Mr. Bolts. Take care. God bless, bro.
The one, the only, Mr. TNT, the man with $1 million smile. Call him the GOAT of TNT. We ain't even watching TNT unless this young man is gracing our screens, doing it with style, grace, and all of that. The one, the only, Mr. J.D. Dyer.
Unks, your intros every time, man. I don't even know how you get me this way.
Well, God. What's that then, bro? Hold on, I've muted you. Wait, 1 second. Okay.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. My boy was just calling me, but I appreciate you, Kings. Trust me. Unks, you get me every time with these intros, man.
Bro, how you always looking like you just come back from Spain or something? Or one of them Australia?
No, I'm honestly, I was just about to step out, but I had to. I was gonna listen to it in the car on the way anyway, so I had to say when I got the password, I had to give my 2 cents in because.
All right, before you continue, right? Go there, Phil Answer. Go click that on there, yeah?
Phil Answer.
Right? I see on here, man's calling JD Dye the pound shop Addy.
Oh, pound shop Addy.
Right? Right?
You have to laugh. You just have to laugh. Good.
No, listen. Let me. All right, cool. I want to address this. Some 7 years ago, you joined Sky. I remember when you come in your first day.
Facts.
Right, little young sprightly kid. You know what I mean? Back then, I was at Sky with doing my show, my weekly show, and I see this young man coming. Right, 7 years ago, Addy wasn't in TV. People don't look at the things, and there's no disrespect to Addy because Addy knows that I give him the bus for him to go through the door at the zone. I'm not boasting. I'm telling you this now. And if dare anyone try to deny it, I'll get mad and smash up this whole house. Right? So when I'm seeing nonsense, right? When I'm seeing I'll come to your house, I'm gonna smash up the house. Right?
He ain't mashed up back. I'll break you up when you come to the door.
Tunde, you can't even break a sweat. You can't even broke a sweat right now with your shiny white teeth. Right?
But don't let me and you go because Spud is there, you know. Spud is at the background. Spud will confirm that I'll bust you up when you came to the Lynn.
Spud can confirm what? Tunde, Spud will confirm that you've got a mental defect in your head, bro. But I'm saying this now. When I'm seeing this kind of disrespect, is like people, all right, Phil, and I'm glad that you're saying you're joking, but I just have to address it. And the reason why I have to address it is because I don't see any like when people are disrespecting him. JD's been in the game longer than Addy.
Facts.
right? On a professional basis.
Yeah, longer. Yeah.
And that's not me knocking Addy, because I'm saying, why can't two man just shine? You know what I mean? And why are they making similarities? There's no similarities between JD and Addy. Addy's what, 40 now, 40 odd, with 40. A bald head and a big beard, and is graying, and big up the grey still because he rocks it well. And he's doing fantastically well. Why can't they both just shine at the same time?
Because I think
isn't it that hat man that started all this nonsense?
I don't speak to people that don't show their face.
Who is that? Who is that, brother?
You don't acknowledge people that don't show their face, because I look at it this way. I can't explain to somebody else everything that I've done in the industry. My resume, person, and what I've achieved, especially at my age, is already written. I could retire now and already some man and be like, yeah, I'm done. Like end of discussion. So I think I look at it like, I don't even know, did you say his name was Phil Answer? I think I'm even more disappointed that I look at that name Answer and I think about, you probably look like me. You probably sound like me. You probably come from the same sort of places in me. And I don't get involved in the whole trolling or people want to turn around and have these discussions, because look at my energy, look at what I'm doing. Like, I can't turn around and I can't relate to people that turn around and want to turn around.
Let's stop, because I just want to touch on the point that you said. Phil Answer said he was only joking, but this is what I was saying to Spencer. You have to pull up on these jokes, because even though you know you was joking, there are people out there that are listening to the show. And you know, see, he's apologizing because I know, you understand? I know he was joking, but please, we have to be careful how we're speaking about our stars, our young stars, our people. Nobody is where they are for nothing.
Words.
And I'm going to say that
what
again.
I'm saying is this, son. Nobody is where they are, just so. I know the graph that this young man's put in, and also what I'm trying to say is this: me as an elder, I'm very protective and have a protective nature over anyone firing any shot any youth that has come that I have an affiliation with and who I associate with, and that's how it is. I'm glad you're saying that you're joking, but it's Tunde that got me onto this thing. Like, when man talk, we can't just go block you for Answer because you've been on this thing for a hot minute. But whereas a lot of people don't know JD Dyer like that because he does his thing on massive platforms. He done the football at Sky for the longest time, and there was uproar when he left and he didn't renew his contract, right? So now he's doing his thing at TNT, and I know from a little youth when he come into Sky, he's always been on boxing. It's not like he's been on boxing. So I big up any man that's doing their thing. Anyway, continue.
I look at it this way. I'll challenge anybody the same way Master Knowledge or Tunde Ajayi would. Why don't you sit down and have a conversation with me about boxing, and then you'll work out within 2 seconds whether or not you think I'm talking or whether I actually know this thing. There's a massive difference. Like I've gone into Tunde's gym. I've sat down. Yeah. Yes. I've seen the conversations and the people turn around and recognize people that actually know what they're talking about and people that are actually waffling. Like anybody that's on here right now, you already know what Master Knowledge, what he's been about. If he's gonna turn around and stand by me, he's not just gonna give anybody a claim. There's a reason as to why he's turning around and certifying certain people in the game. Like I haven't got to turn around and comment or respond to anybody that turns around and wants to give me hate. Because if you want to give me hate, that's your affiliation, my guy. But understand.
And you know what? That's why you are. I mean, we're hearing Spencer's little Wi-Fi making up noise in the background. But that's why you are where you are. And for me, this is what we want to put out there to the youngers, to our own children. You know, that you have to. And you know me, I just block a man. I ain't in no conversation. I just block man. But we have to let those that aspire to be something, we have to let them know what comes with being successful. There's a lot of hate that you have to be able to block out, not acknowledge in order to keep going forward. And I think JD Dyer, as I said again, you are inspiration to many. You're such a young guy. And just keep doing what you're doing. But can we just get back to boxing now? Because I'm so interested to hear what you have to say about last night. Let's do it. Let's get it.
I tell you now, I was only, you know what's so crazy? I spoke to Spence. When did we speak, Spence? I spoke to you on Monday, right? Mm-hmm. And I said to you, I don't know if this is an act from Ryan or if he's being legit in terms of his mental side, right? And anybody that's been in a ring will know mental is way more important than physical at any aspect in terms of fighting. It's way more important. And I just believe when I watched them at the weigh-in and Ryan was doing what he did in terms of 3 pounds, and you know as well as I do, both of you know that's a big difference in this, you know.
Massive.
In terms of, it was a massive difference. It's effectively on the verge of, I don't want to call Ryan a cheat because I don't want to downplay what he did yesterday, but it's a massive difference psychologically, physically, and what you're going to do in the latter half of the fight as well. I think the only part I was disappointed in regards to Devin, and it was the first time I'd ever seen it with Devin Haney, I saw you get suckered into somebody else's game. You try to hook with a hooker, and you called him it yourself. He's a one-trick pony. So I don't understand why you're standing in that range. You have the best jab in boxing. You have the best jab in boxing. I saw it between 2 and 6. He finally established his range. If Devin Haney gets a rhythm, he looks like a junior Floyd. I'm talking about pretty boy Floyd in terms of you can't get him out of that rhythm. But then somewhere between 7, I call them the mid to late rounds, I was confused. I'm like, you are being absorbed in the whole of the build up to this and wanting to stop him and watching what Tank had done to him and everything else. And you're going out of your way with a man, let's be real, that went in there with nothing to lose. That's why he created that narrative. He went in there. If Ryan Garcia got knocked out in 3 rounds, which we all expected to happen, right, early, he would have gone in there and been like, well, I was drinking. Everyone saw I was smoking. I got married. I had all of these divorce problems. I shouldn't even been put in there. He's fought with both promoters. His other promoter is fighting with Bill Haney. I'm just looking at it like, this is just a car crash. The whole thing is just a car crash. But there's certain men that thrive in chaos and there's certain that need calm. And Devin is someone that needs an element of tranquility. He needs to, the boxing ring is his space. And I just don't think at any point he went into that and was fully comfortable with what the job was. I would love to, and I'm waiting for Bill, because I know Bill's going to come on the show with you guys at some point and touch on it, but I'd love to know what Devin's mental was going into it, because I don't know how much he got absorbed in the build-up, because it just didn't look like Devin Haney in there. It didn't look like the person that went to Australia and beat up Kambosos for 24 rounds. It didn't look like the person that, whether you want to call it a loss, a win, a draw, you still went in there with Lomachenko, who I think has the best footwork of a generation, and still dominated large spells of that fight. It didn't look like the person that establishes his ring control and the IQ of, I think he's what, only 25, 26?
25.
And I just didn't see that Devin Haney. Now, I think what it done, when I sat my laptop down yesterday, 2 things came to my mind. The first thing that came to my mind is I had a great appreciation for how good Floyd Mayweather was, right? I had a great appreciation for the level of consistency at the top level of all of those world fighters. And I went back and I watched Floyd's resume, which is a weird thing to do because they're not in the same generation. But I went and watched all Floyd's resume and I thought to myself, the mental fortitude that Floyd had to be able to consistently deliver at that level on a number of different pay-per-views, knowing all of the animosity and the energy that would have been negatively given towards you and consistently win, like, it won't be appreciated in this generation because everyone's still seeing the money and all the rest of it. I'm talking about the purest of the science. Floyd is a different cattle. And the only reason why I made that comparison is because I looked at Devin as the same trajectory as Floyd in terms of the skill set, what he can do, what he can execute. We already know that he's been in that gym, been around it and breathed boxing. But I just looked at it like, I give him ultimate respect for the grace that he showed. And I know that his faith is real in terms of it's Allah's purpose, in terms of this was already written for him and he's willing to accept it. But I think he will walk away from that and know he had the opportunity to really dominate and become a face of boxing. And when I say the face of boxing, I'm talking about really take control of not just one division now in terms of being undisputed, but going up to 140 and doing that, and inevitably 147. And I think he will always remember this night, and it will even make him an unbelievable fighter from here on. Because I'm not someone that defines fighters by their losses, but or it will change the way you see Devin forever.
Yeah. I mean, listening to what you say, and excellent again, well put. Is it possible to still become the face of boxing with a loss? Because I just feel today that there's so much emphasis on this because of Floyd that it's almost as though you can't lose. And you can't, I mean, Canelo lost. Canelo lost. You know, still known as the face of boxing. And we have to remember, like Canelo, Devon has lost at a very young age. You know, and he didn't lose against a guy that was on his way out. Floyd always said that I was damn near 40 when I fought Canelo, even though he wasn't 40, near 40. But, you know, Devon's fought a young champion, you know, a young fighter. So I always say, I said it on the top of the show, I always used to say, when Bill always phones me before these fights get announced, I'm always like, Bill, but he's still so young.
Crazy.
He's still, Dev is still so young. And so you're right, he can go back, look at this fight, reassess. What I wanted to ask is, do you feel that a rematch is a good course of action for Dev? A straight, immediate rematch?
The reason I would say no is because they're always going to discredit it. And I don't like saying that because the pride in me, if I'm Devon, I want that smoke straight away. As a fighter, I can understand why you want that smoke straight away, because you know you're the better fighter, and you know you have that, and you know to yourself, if I go back in there, prepare correctly, and dominate in the way I will, I shut him. Devon could go in there and shut him out 12-0. Like the defense, the footwork, the IQ, the ring generalship. Devon has it all. He has it all, and I said it at the top of it. He has the best jab in boxing, and anybody that's gonna tell you, you establish every work off of the jab. I didn't understand what he was trying to achieve yesterday, but I do understand, because that's where I feel like the question marks is over. I think he was trying to get him out of there, and every fighter will tell you, you don't go looking for the knockout, like you let it come naturally. And I just think he was forcing his work. He was smothering things, and he was getting into the range of what Ryan wanted. Ryan wants that short range so he can use his he can use the things that God has given him. The incredible fast hands, the dangerous left hook. I was surprised at how good his right hand was. I didn't actually see that coming at any point.
It landed every time.
Every time. The accuracy of his right hand yesterday is probably the best right hand I've ever seen Ryan Garcia ever throw.
Absolutely.
But that's Devon. You know that also is. That's Derek James. That's Derek. Because Derek James, if you look at all Derek James's fighters, a lot of them will turn around and be very good off their back, especially their backhand. Very good off their backhand. Charlo's one. Spencer's another one, you know. And look at AJ. That's probably why he wanted to work with AJ, because you know AJ's 1-2 down the pipe is as good as any in world boxing, right? But I just think I watched the fight twice, right? I watched the fight once with no commentary, because and no disrespect to anybody on the zone. I just like watching a fight like that sometimes. And I watched the fight with Tunde's commentary, because you just have to tune in, and I just wanted the energy. I wanted to feel the vibe, right? And I just, both times I left with an element of confusion, looking at that fighter and almost feeling like that's unrecognizable. He's making mistakes that he doesn't make. Like, at what point did anybody think that Devon Haney was going to get knocked down 3 times by Ryan Garcia? One time is okay. I can understand the early rounds, especially when you're establishing the pace. But then when he found the rhythm between 2 and 6, and I gave him all of those rounds. Yo, this is light work now. You know what's about to happen. You know what's about to dominate. Devon's about to go into those championship rounds, and he's going to have a landslide, and Ryan's going to get desperate, and he's going to get caught and walk onto something. And it just didn't happen that way. Like,
it is quite baffling. It is quite baffling. But I don't know. I don't know.
You said the right thing to him. And you've seen Devon from a pup, as you guys are calling me. Right? Seen him from a pup, so you know the mental strength that I've heard you guys articulate about him. And the one time meeting him, he knows what his destiny is, and I do believe he will be at least a 2-weight undisputed champion. That's my personal opinion. So for Devon Haney. But it's not about the setback. It's about the comeback now.
There you go.
It's about the comeback. And this will only make him stronger, because you said it. He's achieved so much by 25, and sometimes you can believe what everybody else is saying around you, and not necessarily stay focused on what you have to do in that moment. And that's what I just think it was. I just think it was a blip in concentration.
100%. What do we see for Ryan Garcia now? What's next? I mean, what we see in the immediate future for Ryan? I know we're here talking about Dev. You know, it's been pro Dev, but Ryan Garcia was the actual victor. I think we're so shocked that Ryan Garcia we're like, man's not even recognizing that Ryan won, and the future is bright for him. He now becomes the A side. He now becomes the guy with the options. He now becomes the guy that can call man's name out. Remember, he went on to hot boxing and called out Tank. He called out Dev. This guy is fearless. He actually reminds me of Oscar.
He does.
Oscar De La Hoya used to call man out early.
Yeah, he does.
And fight the greats, fight Mosley, fight Felix Trinidad. You know, this guy is
Fight
really
Chavez, Tunde.
Fight Chavez.
That's the fight.
You know, this guy is really like this. Ryan Garcia is not a joker, and I kept on alluding to it. I kept on saying he's not a YouTuber. He's a boxer that got a YouTube bus. He was in the gym on the back. A guy took a video of him. The video went viral, and that's how the whole YouTube thing began. But this guy has been boxing since 7. And my concern was the reason why he would never get tired, because he knows them inside out. They've shared the ring 6 times. You know, it's like your brethren.
Yeah.
You and your brethren can sit there arguing and fighting for hours because you're so accustomed to each other's energy, you know. And you're talking about from this rivalry started from when they were young boys.
Kids. Naturally would do, because you know the California base, like up and down the coast, they're gonna know each other from when they're kids. They're gonna be in and out of those gyms. They're gonna be at all those ABA tournaments, all those national gloves, and they're gonna be seeing the same names, same faces, all of the time. Ryan right now, I can't believe I say this. I never thought I'd say this. Ryan technically has probably the keys to the division. I don't think he has the discipline to make 135 again, but I think anything from 140 up to 154, he could probably say that he can call anybody. And they know they're gonna want the smoke, because the problem with Ryan, and the good thing about Ryan, is I see the heart of a lion. I'm not gonna take that away from you. I see you're an actual fighter. Yeah.
Yes.
There's nobody can tell me that they don't see Ryan Garcia as a real fighter.
Yes.
But there are holes, like blatant holes. Like the shoulder roll thing, leave it, allow it.
It's not shoulder, it's sausage roll. We call it the sausage roll. It's not the shoulder roll, it's a sausage roll.
Allow it. Shoulder roll thing, it's not for you, my guy. I still don't see how good you are. I don't like you when you're off the back foot. I see when you're going forward, when you're pressing the action and you're pressing a fighter, loving your energy. I don't see you as a very good back foot fighter still to this day. I think you rely on what's God-given to you, which is your reflexes and your ability to have a power punch that can get you out of certain situations. But not everybody's going to bite. And I even think Devon, in another 12 rounds with you, he would get his timing right and he would clap your jaw. And I've seen it. If Luke Campbell's knocking you over, Devon Haney's knocking you over. And that's no disrespect to Luke Campbell at all, because I like Luke Campbell. But if Luke Campbell's knocking you over, Devon Haney's knocking you over. Devon Haney still has at least a 50% KO record. Just because he does the shutouts, please don't forget that he does have the pop. If he didn't have the pop, then everybody you know, all them fighters we just mentioned that's on Devon's resume, they would have swarmed him and it would have eaten him alive. I've seen boxers that don't have the pop. If he didn't have the pop, trust me, you wouldn't have the respect and he wouldn't have the KOs he does. And timing beats speed. We all know that timing beats speed. So Ryan can have all of those speeds, all of that movement, all of that herky-jerky. But the truth of the matter is, I even think Ryan will look himself in the mirror and understand Devon Haney's a much better boxer than him. He just caught him in the right moment, in the right emotion, and certain men thrive in chaos. And much like Oscar, Ryan thrives in chaos.
Jay, Ryan Garcia boxed well, you know.
He did. Best I've seen him boxing in a long while. Best I've seen him boxing in a long while.
He was doing the Ali. He was doing the Philly thing. He was doing like, I'm not gonna just I'm not gonna say this guy can't box. I'm not gonna actually say, he was showing skills in there last night.
He was. He was
showing skills. Remember, if you listen to my commentary, move to the right, move to the left, move to the left, move to the right. That was the flow. Listen, man, I'm not gonna lie, he shocked me last night. He shocked me because he wouldn't stay still. It was when he stood still, then they've got a lead left foot. But again, because we are so amazed by the speed, he actually has timing. Remember, he hit them with a 3-piece,
different,
a jab, a right hand, and then a left hook.
Yeah.
A 3-piece chicken and chips all night long. It was, so he had all the elements there, and it shows me that, as many top elite athletes have said, retired athletes as well, if this guy actually dedicated himself,
scary.
What could he be?
He is like the only. He might be the most decorated fighter that hasn't won a world title yet. Like,
yes,
think about all of the achievements he has done, especially as an amateur, and we can look at. The thing is with Ryan, right? The problem with Ryan is you will take the headlines away. You will take the shoulder roll or the electric finish or the KO or whatever he's going to turn around and do in a post-fight conference or whatever it is, right? But you don't achieve what he's achieved before he's even entered the professional ranks if you haven't got some natural ability and you haven't worked at things. Like, you don't achieve, especially in America, especially down that California coast, all of them gyms that's competitive down there.
Yes.
You don't achieve what he's achieved unless you've got something about you.
Yes.
You can look at all of the plastic stuff, the good looks, the Instagram followers, the noise online. The fundamentals of it is, why we're all disappointed as purists is because if you just focused, bro, you could really do something special.
Yes. Yes. Brilliant. Listen, Jay.
Well, you know what? Maybe what he did last night will be the thing that's going to turn him for his focusing drive.
Catalyst.
But yeah, we believe so. I hope so. I was very impressed with him. But JD, thank you so much for blessing the show. Thank you for jumping on the Fight Is Right. You know what I mean? You have a blessed week, my bro. Take care. God bless.
Pleasure, Kings. Thank you, Uncle.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
Love, man.
Come on. Appreciate you, bro.
Much love.
Yes, sir. Excellent analysis by Jay as usual. It's been a great one, Spence. What's the time? 9:47. What time did we start? We started 8 o'clock, bro. We almost been on
8
this.
o'clock, so it's been on there a hot minute, sir. But that, you know what? The major thing is that we got people. Let me just see.
We might as well just run out the whole 2 hours. The WBC have announced that Devin Haney, despite his loss to Ryan Garcia, will keep the belt. What do you say about that, Spence?
1 second. 1 second, Tud. Yo, bro.
What's up? What's going on?
Yeah, Ak. Sorry, it's Ak. I'm gonna send you a link, man. You need to jump on the show. You done excellent work yesterday. I hear you and Brock doing the commentary last night. We're all done, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna be in my car in about 5 minutes. I can hop on in like 5, 6 minutes.
Nah, you know what? You're live now. You know, people can hear you loud and clear. Tunde can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, I'm live now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's up, brother? Yeah, man. And, amazing night in Brooklyn last night, man. That's why the sport is
Bring it closer, Spence.
Amazing. You think you know what's going to happen. You really don't know.
Can you hear that, Tun?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So we're going to be on for another 12 minutes. So maybe send a link to Ak and then let Ak come on properly.
All right, listen, we're going to send you the link right now. Yeah, hop on the link. It's way better. All right, bro. Love. Take care. God bless.
Big up Ak on the Ak and Barack show.
Because that man was there live in the place, Tun.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to be there last night.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
It was, you know what? That's the fight I was thinking about. I think it was the first Castillo versus Corrales fight where Castillo came in overweight.
Mm-hmm.
And he clapped down Corrales.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Of course he
done
did.
the same thing. And, you know, this is to show people that...
No, the second fight, Tun. The second fight.
The second fight. Yeah, these extra pounds mean so
in them
much.
Little weights as well. It's serious.
Yes, Spence.
Yeah,
these extra pounds in these lighter weights mean so much.
Of course it does.
But I know you wasn't happy with the WBC's decision to allow Devin to keep the belt because that's not the rules,
No.
according to what you was telling me.
No, Tunde. No, it wasn't because I've noticed the WBC will do these kind of spurious things, but when you lose a title fight, right? You're meant to, regardless of the other guy, the title is meant to go vacant. But I've seen the WBC do this before. You know what I mean? I've seen them do it before. I've seen where like somebody will lose. I've seen other world title bodies because remember when Zab Judah lost to Carlos Baldemir, when he lost to Carlos Baldemir, it wasn't for the undisputed title, even though it should have been. And he kept one of the belts, and then Floyd ends up fighting him for the belt. I think it was the IBF, right? So these things happen because they're saying, well, you weren't number one contender, so you didn't beat and that's what they're using with this one. They're saying like, oh, because my guy was overweight, so Devin is still going to remain as a champion because that's seen as a non-title fight. That's garbage. He should have lost his crown when he lost his fight last night. They say they're still going to keep him as a world champion. So that doesn't sit right with me. The belt should be vacant. You know what I mean? And as the belt does become vacant, maybe Catterall and Josh Taylor could campaign and fight for the vacant crown. That's what I would have liked to see happen. But unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Are they fighting Catterall and Taylor's 140, yeah?
Yeah, 140, I believe, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Alquia said there's a precedent when Castillo failed to make weight, even though he won the fight, Corrales remained champion.
No, bro. Listen, what's that? Jose is it's not the title. The title is still remaining with Devin Haney. Devin Haney didn't lose his crown last night.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He's saying it's vacant, but no, the WBC have announced that Devin Haney is still the champ. It's still the champ. So unless there has been another change in another rule, that's what I heard and read this afternoon. So from what I understand, he'll fight Sandor Martin because I think Sandor Martin is the mandatory, and Dev will be right back in there. So I think if that is the case, it's a good fight for Dev. Dev should win it. We need to see, it's always the fight after. We see how Sandor is a tricky fighter. He actually beat Teofimo. I'm not gonna lie. That is a fight I would like to see. Teofimo versus Ryan Garcia.
Big boy.
But Ryan has said he ain't going below 143. Well, I think he said 144. So it's like,
so he's a welterweight.
If you want that money, you got to come to that weight.
We'll see what's gonna happen. We don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. I
We're waiting
really want to
for
hear from Ak. I just want to hear from him because he was there live. You know what I mean? So I want to hear from him before we close the evening because we want somebody who was hands-on there. You know what I mean? I was gonna phone Sean Porter, but I thought, cha. You know what I mean? Sean's trying to get out of them tight ass shoots he was in yesterday. So yeah.
Kwame, who was with us, said, I hope for Bill's sake he realizes it's Devin Haney who's the star, not him. Too many antics he gets involved in that draws unwarranted energy, in my opinion. No, I don't. That ain't it.
No.
That Bill's his dad.
Thank you. You took the words out.
Yeah, Bill's his dad. Bill is his dad. He's there to support his son and help his son. He's literally, he's helped made Devon become a multi-millionaire, a champion. The days when they never had nothing, even the early days when they was driving up and down the country, even when we were in the gym and Dev was just a little boy crying, and Bill saying to Dev, tell Uncle Tunde what you doing last night, man. Tell Uncle Tunde what you doing last night. And Dev's like, what you gonna tell Uncle that for, man? He said, brother, he's on the phone to girls. He was on the phone to girls all night. So, bro, it's been a long journey, and I think that us as onlookers, you know, we have to always remember that. You know, we're saying that, oh, why is the dad getting involved? Of course, he has to get involved. He's been there from the very beginning. It's his son. So, nah. You know, it is about the dad as well. Yes, he's not in the ring. Yeah, but it's about him. This is a journey that, you know, what's the saying? People make people. There's no one who's done anything on their own. It just doesn't work like that. So, you know, Bill deserves a lot of credit for the, and he's put himself in a position of the both of them have put them up as where, you know, being successful attracts a lot of hate as well as a lot of love. So, big up Bill Haney. Continue to do what you're doing. I know he will. And I know Bill, he's a very, very determined character. And I know Dev is cut from the same cloth. And I know they'll be upset, but I can see them getting straight back to work. You know, and it's not about even setting the record straight, it's just continuing the journey. There's no such thing as a straight line in life. There has to be curves. And they will deal with this. They will deal with this. No, Lee S. We ain't talking. We've kept quiet, and we're gonna keep quiet. But you're gonna hear something. Trust me on that. Yeah. Now, Checkmate says, "Cool, Bill. I've done my texts. I know Bill will respond. Listen, man, it's the day after the fight, the day after your first loss, and you know, both of them, or you know, all concerned, it's gonna affect them. Obviously, we know the fighter is the paramount, the number one thing, but they're gonna be hurting this morning. They're gonna be hurting. It's their first defeat. You know, the first defeat is always the hardest to accept and take, but you'll deal with it. You'll deal with it. You don't get to this level being weak-hearted or weak mentally. So let's just wait and see when Bill comes on. 999. But we're not the police in the chat right now. Spence, 2 more minutes. No, 3 minutes.
Yeah, bro. If he's not in 2 minutes, I'm dusting, bro.
That don't come on the thing, bro. We're gone. And anything else to say? Anything more? Got any more comments? Just give me a nod. You want to say something? Anything else? Let's bring on Ange.
Yeah. All I want to say, yeah, it's not really about the fight. It's about you man's channel, the way I've seen it's grown and everything. And I just want to commend you guys for what you're doing. Spence, I remember when you left Sky and you started this. You know what I mean? Look where you are now. Tunde saying there's 999 in the chat. What's it? I'm not too familiar with it. Or was it in the chat, T? Or what is it?
Right now, it's gone up now. There's 1,009.
That's because I'm on it. But what I'm trying to let's have it right. But what I'm trying to say, I really admire what you guys are doing, man. I just want to big you guys up. Wicked.
Come on.
And it's been a good show as well.
Thank you. Yeah, you've been with us from the start. And again, you know me, I always and have always appreciated the comments and the support from those that I grew up with more than anything.
Yeah, man.
Anything. It means because I feel like I'm representing you, man, as well.
You gotta have your own backing you. When you got
always that
backing you, it's kind of like got the world. I got my team backing me. We're going. You know what I mean?
100%. And those that know in this boxing thing, I ain't changing that. I won't change that. I'm not.
You definitely ain't changing. You definitely.
I'm not changing. I'm sorry. I'm not changing. It's just the way it is. Because I just know that life, people can be so fickle. And so it's important to keep those that you come up with.
That's the word. People are fickle.
Yes.
I'll never forget. If you watch Gladiator.
Come on. You know what? I haven't even watched Gladiator, to be honest with you.
My man says a line in it. He goes, you know, there's what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix. He's the emperor. He takes to the emperor.
Okay.
Yeah.
The crowd don't like me. And his sister says, the crowd is fickle, my dear. You understand? And that's what the public is. The public is fickle. 1 minute they're for you, 1 minute they're... You understand?
And that's what we're seeing. That is exactly what we're seeing with Dev to this morning. Dev and Bill. You know,
not necessarily, Tunde. We're not seeing that.
You know
not
what?
Necessarily,
You're right, Spence. You're right. You're right.
We're not
Spence.
seeing that because
we're
the
not actually
public
seeing that.
never really was in love with.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm not going to say that about Dev because he did have a lot of support because of the way he carried himself and the way he does carry himself. So it's not the same. I think a lot of people hated Floyd. Floyd had bare haters.
Yeah. But then again, Floyd, the way Floyd projects himself, you're gonna get people turn their nose up him because he's flashy and he's like Floyd's got a different output to Ali. Ali is more like jokey with it, but Floyd's different sort of where people can turn because it's kind of like superficial what Floyd's doing. Money. There's nothing deep about it. That obviously he's a deep person, but there's nothing deep about the way he's carrying on. So people get turned off. It's more Marmite, isn't it?
100%. Listen, Spence and the box, aka Spud, aka Ali. Oh, Ak is with us. You see how this thing works?
Yeah, he's lucky. I was just about to lock him off. All right, big up Spud. Love you.
Before I bring in Ak, and big up Spud. Rain71, thank you for the £5. He said, has the world somehow ended? Devin Haney will definitely come again. Before you cuss me, Tunde, it is selfish wish for him to fight at 147 and then boil down the thing. Okay, well, if he wants to move up to 147, it's up to him. CJ Nico 90, thank you for the £5. Pick up the fight is right every time. Garcia broke up a boy last night and will do so if they fight again. He has his number. He has his number, lads. And that was full echoed by a lot of people. Ladies and gentlemen, it brings me great pleasure to bring in one half of the dynamic duo in the US. We are the dynamic duo in the UK, myself and Spencer. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Mr. Up.
I appreciate that introduction, brother. I appreciate you, man.
How you doing, bro?
I'm honored to be with you guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, man. Look, man, I just want your take. All I want is your take on last night's boxing festivities and what we saw yesterday. Was it mind games by Garcia, or was it Mark Garcia a little bit tapped and just went and done his thing? But let us know what's going on, man.
Well, I mean, first off, I want to give kudos to both young fighters making sure the fight happened, right, and leaving a great influence on the sport. This is what these young fighters are supposed to do in their prime, fight each other, right? So kudos to both. Man, I said it on the prelim, leading up to the fight that the weight, I felt like that Ryan was premeditating this plan and coming into this fight really comfortable, not having to make weight and being okay with spending the money, right? That's part of the strategy. As far as fight weeks and the antics, the art of war, right? People talk about that often, but this is a new era of promotion. He is tapped into that world better than anybody, so he understands what moves the needle. So yes, it was a strategy in my opinion. I do believe there was some emotional distress that he's dealt with, but he knows how to play into that and use it as a marketing tool as well. So I think that maybe there was some distractions and it worked out. It played well. But Devin is a warrior, and I want to shed some light on how tough and how big of a heart he has, being hurt throughout that fight constantly and still trying to press Ryan as much as he could. It was a phenomenal night in Brooklyn, New York. I mean, the place was packed from top to bottom. The stars came out, and this is what boxing is supposed to do. Like I said, I told Spencer earlier, in this sport, I'm not going to try to say I predicted Ryan to win. I said Devin is supposed to win in theory, right? Because of the boxing ability and the defensive mistakes that Ryan made. But this is not a typical sport, right? It's the theater of the unexpected. And I knew that the power and the speed will pose a threat, especially when he did not come in at the 140-pound limit. I knew that was going to play a major part in that fight. And if you guys watch, the strength and power was evident in what guy was stronger throughout that fight. So I think that played a major part.
Was you surprised by the way Ryan boxed? Because I was saying that we were talking about the speed factor, but to me, he was boxing very good.
I mean, I don't know if I totally agree with that. I think that athleticism played and reflexes played the biggest part in that fight. I think he did do things a bit better and more controlled, but Ryan still has to. There's so much room for improvement in terms of distance because Ryan smothers his own punches often because he's so zealous to get those shots off where he's not thinking about the footing and the positioning, right? Which guys like Devin normally does. Rush Shakur is the best at it. And so is Terrence, where you're in the right position to have leverage on those punches. But he's so athletic, he's able to get one or two off before he gets into that smothered position where he's too close to be able to let certain shots off. But that's all he needed. That one check left hook, that right hand to hurt Devin. So he looked better than he did against Duarte, no question. But I do think that Derek still has more work to do in terms of distancing. I think once Ryan masters the distancing and know when to pull back, right, to be in the right position, he's going to be even more dangerous for sure.
I mean, listen, you were there, so was the weight disparity noticeable? Could you actually see how bigger?
Absolutely. In the fight, it was evident that Ryan was the bigger, stronger, heavier man that night without question. Even though at times he was moving on the back foot and Devin was pressing, when they were in clinches, when they were moving each other around, and obviously the power, when he landed those shots, it was a clear evidence of that.
Ak, why do you think Devin chose to be so aggressive and not box, not be triple jabbing? Why do you think he went at Garcia like that instead of opting to he's a smart boxer, he's an intelligent boxer, and he threw, as far as I'm concerned, his main attributes he threw out the window.
I think I agree with you. I think he did do that. I think, in my opinion, and I don't know this to be true, but the reasons why I feel that he did that was, one, the animosity. I don't care how controlled of a boxer you are. There are some times where it will get to you, right? It will push your buttons enough for you to want to be extra aggressive and get out of your comfort zone. In addition to that, we all saw what he did in the Bay Area against Regis. We're not normally seeing Devin hurt somebody with a straight arm right hand. And I think that also gave him some confidence in, okay, maybe at 140, I have power. Maybe I can be more aggressive, especially with the fact that people were saying you could have finished Regis. You didn't press your foot on the gas.
Yes.
You're still tentative because you should have been able to maybe stop him or come close to it after you hurt him. Fighters hear all that noise, right? So the next time out, subconsciously you're thinking, oh, these people don't think I have power. Folks think I'm not aggressive enough. I'm going to show them something different. All of those psychological issues play a part in messing with your game plan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's my
Ak, it's been a plum-pleasing pleasure.
No doubt, man.
I'm glad that you took your time out. A lot of people say on the comments are saying that you look like Drake. I don't see the similarities, but anyway.
Now listen, love what you guys are doing over there. Great night at boxing. Hopefully those guys do it again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Devin definitely earned that.
Yeah.
100%. Ladies and gentlemen, one half of the dream team, Mr. Ak. Yeah, Spence, there you go.
Yep. That was a nice way to close the show.
Nice way to close the show. I want to thank everyone that's joined us tonight. Andy Box, still with us in the background. Ryan. But there were so many. There were so many with us tonight, giving great opinions. I appreciate you all. Still one for, as I say, we have more people staying with us. Over 1,000 live with us on this Sunday show from start to finish. I think we dropped under 1,000 once when we went to 999. But it's just been an incredible show. A 2-day back-to-back, Spence. Early hours of this morning and this evening. We've done 2 hours 10 tonight. The show goes on. Are we back next week? Who we got? When's Canelo? Canelo's the week after.
The week after. Canelo's the week after.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if there's any fights next week. Other than
I'm not
Joe
rightly sure myself.
Joe could do a fight on a non-TV show. Joe could do a fight on Saturday at York Hall. Will be there. But I don't think there's nothing on the box next Saturday. But 100%, we will be back on Sunday, the 28th. And we will definitely be back for Canelo Alvarez versus Jaime Munguia. That is going to be a fight. Are we going to see another upset?
Without a doubt. That is a big boy fight. May I say this again? And word out to Devin Haney. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What truly defines us, right, is not when you're winning and you're getting the pats on the back, but what truly defines us is how we come back from supposed adversity. You know what I mean? Now, like with everything, it's you, because everybody wakes up with a chance and a choice. So, do you choose to turn this thing of not playing the victim and come right back out and be a victor? You're highly talented, you're highly skilled. But I said in the beginning of the show at the top, and I'm going to say at the end of the show at the bottom, Bill Haney, Devin Haney, contact Tunde Ajayi, and let's start getting back in on this thing. That's the end of my words. Peace, 2 fingers, I'm out. And Tunde likes to end the show in the magical words of
dream it, believe it, become it. Go on.
Coming up. Thank you so much for staying. 2 hours and 12 minutes. Big up Country Don and every single person that's been on the show. Peace.
Peace. Love.